Okay, that worked pretty slick. I like that quite a bit.
That was sick as hell.
That was awesome.
It also got rid of your thing, so now you don't have to just awkwardly go like.
You know what the best part is? I bet it was doing it while the video was playing. But
if
anyway,
it's off camera, it don't matter.
That saves in editing, and that looks slick as fuck. Hi everyone, how's it going? So anyone who's watching this, if you're seeing me as I'm speaking about this, we are not talking about a single thing political. This podcast is not political. If you make a comment that is political, I'm ignoring your ass. So anyway, we're here to have fun and not worry about that shit. So we got some shit to talk about. But before that, let's talk about how our weeks went. Mike, go ahead.
Not really much to talk about as far as the week goes. Although I did catch a screening of Godzilla -1 over the weekend, since that was back in theaters for the 70th anniversary. So this was the minus color version.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah, so before that, like before the movie actually started, they had like a little B-roll footage of like all the behind the scenes with the visual effects. And then afterwards there was a pre-taped Q&A, which was cool. So yeah, that was a fun way to spend a Saturday night.
Nice. Bree.
Well, your Saturday night was certainly more exciting than mine. So I did like 2 videos like within 48 hours. Like Saturday, I was like, oh, it's daylight savings time. I have an extra hour of work. And then I worked 2 shifts at my other job. And then daylight savings time happened. So I am like super tired and just honestly have been kind of living out of my body for like the last 3 days. But I got paid. So that's where I've been at.
Gotcha. Kiona, how have you been, buddy?
Hasn't been my best week or my favorite week. However, I did how long did we go for? It was like 18 hours total for a charity stream with Red, my best friend Red. It was her charity stream. I was just there to support. And ended up raising $1,569 for Extra Life.
Nice.
69, of course, because our community is full of a bunch of heathens, and we love them very much.
Of course.
So they had to end it that way. Love them. Yeah, and apart from that, it's just I've been just like so burnt out though. So that's the reason why I'm not showing my face, because nobody needs to see burnout Kiona face. And other than that, I've just been catching up with some comics and starting an MCU rewatch. So I watched 2 of the movies today. I watched Iron Man and Incredible Hulk, and it just reminded me that I don't like Incredible Hulk that much. But it's fine. It is.
What don't you like? What don't you like about it? I'm genuinely curious.
I don't like the way that it's filmed, and I think Mark Ruffalo is best Hulk. So I don't. It's something
like
about
the
color filter that they use.
Yeah, I got you. It's very 2008 coded.
Too. Yeah, some of the direction too, I just don't care for. But it's not like a bad movie or anything. It's just on my personal sort of like lower tier MCU movies. But it's not like creatively devoid of anything, but it's got Tim Roth in it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's got good performances. But I think Ruffalo's the best Hulk in my opinion. Or best, Banner / Hulk, whatever hybrid. Whatever you want to say. Best actor who has performed the role there.
There you go.
Of the MCU actors anyway. But yeah, it's other than that, it's just been existential dread, but we won't go into that. So
yeah,
that's fine.
That comes with the
it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
So like today has just been like anxiety inducing for me, and I don't know why. It's just been one of those days. I think we all know why, but I won't say anything about that.
Of course.
But yeah, I don't know. It's been a week. It was a week that was.
It was. No, I hear you on that. As far as me, I am just waiting for this freaking week to be done, because the convention I've been waiting on all year is this Friday. I am sitting like a kid or a dog waiting for its owners to come home at the door every day because 2 last parts of a cosplay that I'm waiting to finish are coming in the mail from Canada from the cosplayer that made it for me. So I'm sitting here waiting on that. I got more Mob Psycho in. That continues to be phenomenal. Weirdly paced at certain points, but still good. A lot of stuff that I think is going to end up being the entire season ends up being 2 episodes and then they're over it. So, and then the other big thing I've been doing is playing through the Life is Strange games on stream. Those were games I was never going to touch because I hated what the art style looked like. And I'll admit that was a douchey reason to not play a video game, because it was. Because then I played it and broke down into a boiling mess on stream. And now they've become one of my favorite series of games of all time. 1 is still phenomenal. The ending stretch of that game is just batshit insane. Before the Storm being much smaller and tight-knit really helps it. When I played the game originally, I knew that Ashley Birch wasn't voicing Chloe. And having some distance from it again and replaying it, the girl that does the close version of her does phenomenal. And I didn't realize that whole game was non-union voice actors, and I didn't realize that 2 other voice actors in the game were replaced. That's how good the voice acting is. Because I didn't realize until I was watching a video on it yesterday. And now I'm playing Double Exposure, the latest one that just came out where they got back to Max. It is one of the most batshit insane games I played in my life. So Max's original power was that she could rewind time, like redo a decision, and like say if you wanted to get around something that had fun moments, like where if you busted a door open, you could go through the room and then rewind time to where the door wasn't destroyed, but you were on the other end, and then you could just unlock it from the other side. So there was fun time shenanigans that way. And then like if you had a photograph or a Polaroid, because Max is a film student or a, like photography student, you could see the photograph and then travel back to that point to try and change the time of events, which, Mike, goes back to exactly how I argue all the time that time travel should happen, is done correctly in Life is Strange, because it goes wrong for her every time because she starts to realize that you can't go back to your original timeline if you change shit back there. But so, and then it just goes haywire, and now in the new one, her powers haven't worked, and it's been like, 5 years, and she's at this academy in Vermont where she's a film professor. She works at a college called Chaldean. And now a friend of hers mysteriously dies right after she just got some really good news. And powers start activating for her again, except it's not time travel. It's a split timeline where you can go in between a version of her life to from that moment where the person died. One timeline is where that person died, and the other one is where that person didn't. So you're trying to figure out who killed her, and you're also trying to figure out who would have had a motive to by talking to people and see how they react differently to situations in each timeline, and finding out shit in one timeline and then interrogating people in the other based on the info you found from them talking to different situations. And normally you start getting the batshit insane cliffhangers on episode 4. I'm at the end of episode 2, and the cliffhanger is more fucking insane than any one they've ever done in a past game. Like, I don't know how the character's getting themselves out of it, because normally they're like, hey, wait, I can explain this, I have powers, but this time the person says, I don't believe you, and runs away with incriminating bad evidence that could throw you in jail. So I can't recommend it enough. The voice acting is off the charts. The game is fucking gorgeous. And
so is it the same voice for Max, or is it a different one?
Yeah, it's the same voice for Max, but you're actually pitched up and talking like an adult, so it's
Yeah, so
fucking
she's like-
weird.
She sounds more natural, hopefully.
She sounds more. She does. She doesn't sound as timid. Max is an unbelievable smartass now. Like, she still is
Oh, that's
awkward,
good.
but she came out of her shell. And they have a lot of really good. One thing that Deck 9 is really good at, and it's a reason why I really love True Colors, they are really good at fucking nailing personalities of characters, not having them seem wishy-washy. And Max is just fucking perfect.
Is this Death 9? It's not Don't Nod?
It's Don't Nod has nothing to do with Life is Strange anymore. They completely went away from it. And only
Okay,
Deck 9
they
now.
washed their hands of it now.
Yeah,
okay, gotcha.
they only did 2, and then Deck 9 has
They're
done
like,
every other
we
one.
said we've done what we've needed to do with this. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm perfectly okay with it because other than the
Me
first
too.
one, they didn't do that good of a job. But
Yeah.
so,
I hear
but it is interesting, and I will tell you, I've never gotten more available. First of all, I got like how do I want to explain this? What was the game that had it? There was a game that I played in probably the past 3 or 4 years that had a arachnophobia thing on it, where you could trigger on something that would take like spiders off. So it was like an arachnophobia thing. I can't remember what the hell the game was, but I got a fucking list on this thing of triggers, and you could like turn it on to where like a certain event, like triggering for this, that. It's like racial insensitivity, transphobia. They had like 8 things, and that made me go, oh, okay. So I know what's going to be happening in some of these episodes, and like, they handle them well. I will say that they handle them well. Some better than others, but they handle them well. And they don't, what I want to say, at least not yet. I'm in episode 2, and so far they've done a really good job of managing it, except for like one little itty bitty moment with a character named Moses. They've gone a good way about making these moments feel natural. And there is a character who's trans in it, but they do not shove it in their face. You just see the character and you know. And that's it. They act like it's nothing different. They're just a character, and you go talk to them, you interact, you say your piece and leave. It's one of the best versions of not trying to make it a big deal. So it feels really nice that it just feels like a natural thing and not a thing added because they had to add it. It feels really good. I just had to say that because I know some people are going to bitch. I had literally no issues with it because there's people complaining about certain things in Dragon Age, and I will say there's certain moments while we playing it where they get really borderline Sunday school preachy about certain things, and it turns people off. This was much better done out of the 2 situations, in my opinion.
That's
had to
what
say that.
I've heard about Dragon Age Veilguard.
Yeah,
That it gets a little too it's a little too like, let's not offend anybody at all about anything ever. Like, you know, instead of having actual conflict, like they actively try to avoid it, and it just feels flat.
There's
you have to have conflict.
You do have to have conflict. And the part that makes it feel awkward in Dragon Age is it's literally only with one character. So, and then a lot of situations that character is in, it's the thing that I complain about when people write these characters.
Yeah.
Don't make the character's entire identity what their sexual orientation is. And I'm not saying they completely do that, but they're at the 70% marker with this character.
Okay.
Because I don't mind. You could, again, every Sunday church-going Christian here. I don't care. This is a fantasy land. You can have the 15-titted, 4-balled dragons. I don't care. And it's stuff you interact with in real life. This is stuff that actually happens. Just don't be preachy. I have transitioned lesbian. I have every form of friend at my workplace, and I went from at high school. all of them are gamers and all of them feel the same way about this. So that's why I felt kind of comfortable when I felt that. I was like, tell me this feels preachy. And they all went, it feels preachy. So, but yeah, game plays great though. Dragon Age plays great. The only thing I will say, other than that preachy dialogue, the dialogue itself does feel really plain at times.
Yeah, that is also a criticism that I've heard about.
Plays great though. Plays awesome. And it's genuinely fucking gorgeous in certain moments, like amazing. But yeah. That's my 2 cents of what I've been playing on. And yeah, let's get to the topic, shall we? All right, so on to buy or sell, a statement that I never thought I was going to come up with again or even speak about. Mike, buy or sell that Resident Evil's Mila Jovovich is set to star in Twilight of the Dead, George A. Romero's final zombie film.
Sure, I buy that.
Kiona?
I buy it. I like her. Yeah, she'll do a good job.
But I don't know if she's going to ride a bike up a church and then explode it on a liquor. So, Bree?
I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah,
I'd like to order, please. What are you doing? I forget.
This is a Wendy's.
Now, I like it. I'll admit, I like Mila Jovovich as an actor. You kind of just had to do what they asked you in those movies. They weren't trying to be Oscar winners. And like, I like her in almost everything that she's in. I think that she's a good actor and all this, but yeah. I will admit that second Resident Evil movie is fantastic. There is stupid moments where you have to think about things like how did they jump the bike through the top story of the church without building a ramp outside? But, you know. All right. A second gaming related thing. I don't know if Mike or Bree know about this game. Kiona, if you do, buy or sell that Lionsgate is going to be adapting Outlast.
Oh yeah, Outlast. Yes, I know of the game. I've never played it, but I know of it. I think what I know of it,
it's creepy as fuck.
I guess it'll make an interesting film. I mean, yeah, it's definitely, it's got the horror vibe, so I think that they could do something with that. Yeah, like I said, never really played it. So
it's for Bree
I buy it.
Okay. For Bree and Mike, if you don't know anything about it, at least the first one, I haven't played the second ones after because the first one scared the living shit out of me. Like jump scares in movies don't get me. My cousins, but my mom is the youngest out of the siblings, and her oldest sibling is 16 years older than her. So when my parents divorced, I was in like second grade. And then the full split was when I was in sixth grade after some horrendous shit happened. So I stayed with my aunt quite a bit when stuff was happening. My mom had to work and other things like that. So whenever I went over to their place, they brought out this giant cardboard box full of VHSs of like freaking Friday the 13th and Hellraiser, and they burned jump scares clean out of me. They don't affect me anymore. Video games, though, where I'm controlling the character, they still work. And Outlast is you go to an asylum. I can't remember. I believe the guy's a journalist, if I remember this correctly. I've not played it in forever. But you just start seeing just horrific shit, like a half-naked doctor coming after you with like ripped up skin, and it's fucked. Now, Lionsgate making it.
Sounds like my Friday nights.
You need to talk. Kiona, you said you had an uneventful week.
Was I lying? I don't know. Anyway.
I'm not excited about Lionsgate making it because they've not had a good track record of,
they have not
putting films out. So let's hope that they can bounce back with that, because that could be a really good new horror film franchise if they do that correctly. All right, Mike, buy or sell that Amazon has land American Speed starring Tom Holland and Austin Butler.
Yeah, I buy this package. I mean, this is going to probably break the internet to two of the biggest stars in Hollywood right now working together.
Mm-hmm. I also love that Tom Holland's just, everyone was like 4 months ago, he's only ever Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. No, he's like, Christopher Nolan. He's in this movie. It's just like, oh, wait, maybe he liked being Spider-Man. Bree?
I mean, look, Amazon, I feel like is doing something right. So, just, quality over quantity. And, good for Tom Holland.
Yeah. Mike. Wow. Kiona, sorry. Buy or sell?
Oh, yeah, I buy it. Yeah, for sure. Definitely a couple of really good actors. So,
all right. And now, one last gaming one. Kiona, buy or sell that, and I have a feeling I know what you're going to say. Buy or sell that Dragon Age Veilguard DLC has been ruled out as BioWare turns its full and complete focus to the new Mass Effect.
That is a buy from me for sure. Sad that, we won't get any Veilguard DLC. Maybe that's sad. I don't know. I haven't played it yet, so I'm not sure. So for me personally, I guess, but you know what? It's a good thing because we got N7 Day coming up in a couple of days, and we got I definitely want them to focus on Mass Effect now and give us something maybe at the Game Awards or something like that, or maybe next year sometime. We need more teases, and it's getting to that time frame of like, okay, Dragon Age is out, that's done. Now let's get Mass Effect in business here. I hope that they give us a mature storyline harkening back to the original trilogy. And I hope that we get some closure for fans of Andromeda as well.
I have a feeling we will if that connector thing's right.
Yeah, I think we will too. I think we'll get something. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for good things from this round of Mass Effect. That's the optimist in me. But the realist in me is a little bit cautious. But I definitely buy it. And from what Mike Gamble's saying on Twitter, it sounds like they're focused on good things on the right side of things. So
Matt Nay going to be conflicted about this. Well, they've got a assload of veterans from the original trilogy working on it, and it looks like they're actually giving them time and a budget this time because that's what the thing that killed them last time was. They wanted to make 5 new alien races, and they said you get 2.
Yeah.
So then it was like everyone complained, they didn't make any new alien races here. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they wanted to. They couldn't. And then they slashed their entire budget in half because they're like, well, we didn't want to make Mass Effect games anymore after the 3rd one. And then someone at the studio accidentally pressed yes on an email, so we're making a new one. What do you mean people were really happy?
I really hope that they bring back the old biotic explosion sound effect because that's just something that I really want back. Much as I like the one that they used in Andromeda, I just want that old sound.
I will tell you the only thing, and this is going to piss some people off that I say this, but it does make it so that you play one of 2 ways. I hope that it's not Renegade and Paragon.
Really?
I want you to be able to be a dickhead, but still a good person. Because you and me both know you could play your shepherd like a regular person who had to be good at some points and then a dickhead at others, and then literally be locked out of dialogue because you weren't a dickhead the whole time.
That's true. That is true.
And then you would kill a teammate because you were locked out of that dialogue.
Yeah.
That's stupid. But anyways, yeah.
I mean, I definitely agree. Because when I played it, even when I was playing as a renegade, I was cool with like cool people on my crew and everything, and then I was just a douche to people who deserved it, like that guy that I defenestrated right out the window. Right out their window.
Because they have a version of it in Andromeda where you could still be a slimy fuck, but you could still be a normal person. Like the prompts to do a dickhead thing or a good guy thing at certain moments, still do that. They still had moments like that in Andromeda where you could do a sneaky thing and then get whatever, but you shouldn't have decisions locked behind if you were dickheaded or suck-uppy enough.
Entirely correct, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all right.
Good. I can't wait for N7 Day. I'm eager for teases.
I hope so. Me too.
I'm eager for the teaser.
Mike, as the person who I think talks about music the most here, buy or sell that Limp Bizkit is working on a new album.
So what am I buying here? That they want to make a new album, or that a new album is happening? Because
they said they were in the studio recording. That is a statement from Fred.
Sure, I believe him.
So, now, whether it's a good album or not, wasn't the last one called "We Still Suck" or something like that?
Still sucks. Yes,
still sucks. Remember when they were signed to Lil Wayne's label for a little bit?
Yeah, for like 5 minutes.
At least they're aware of their own suckitude.
Young Money Records. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? But yeah, well, we'll see. Bree, buy or sell? Are you down with the biscuit?
Of course, I'm always down with the biscuit. I mean, it's like whatever. I'm sorry. I'm like so like super. I mean, it's Limp Bizkit. I mean, like, why not? It's just like, who cares? Like, if you're like upset about this, I don't know what to tell you, but I feel like you should have other things in your life to be upset about.
All right. One last. Kiona, buy or sell that Limp Bizkit is putting out a new album.
Oh, of course I buy it. How could I not? As long as it keeps Fred Durst away from Hollywood, like I said, keep him away from a video camera, we're fine.
I forgot he made a movie. I'm gonna be really honest with you.
I just remembered it when you mentioned it.
We'll be fine.
Oh God.
All right, one last buy or sell, which is the polar opposite of where Mila is now. Kiona, buy or sell that The House of Dead is getting a new movie with Paul W.S. Anderson at the helm.
Who knew that he was still interested in video game adaptations, my friends?
Monster Hunter worked really well.
Oh, yeah, sure did. I fell
asleep. Making racist comments in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
It made me fall asleep. You know, because very exciting monster hunting. Oh, my God. I mean, you know, I liked Mortal Kombat for what it was, the 95 one that Paul W.S. Anderson did. And I like some of his Resident Evil. You know, like the first movie was okay. I'm very enthused. I'm very enthused, as you can tell.
Yeah, enthused seems like the right word for it. I mean, I don't think his stuff is necessarily bad. It's just passable.
It's just so, like, mediocre.
Listen,
except for Mortal Kombat. That was the one that I actually really liked. But
listen, I'm not so saying mediocre. That I'd be a shill enough to get a Steelbook set. Give or take, this thing is fucking awesome looking.
It's awesome, man.
It is.
Yeah. When I saw that, I had to get this.
I have all the Resident Evil movies, including the last one that they made that wasn't connected to the Paul W.S. Anderson movies. But
is that the one that has like the crush?
You said Wes Anderson was making the film.
Oh my God, Wes Anderson one would be amazing.
That would honestly be interesting.
Yes, it would.
I'm just imagining that, and now I want it like so bad.
God,
it'd be so weird.
I want Uwe Boll to make video games again. Like, come on, bring back the goat. Does anyone remember Blood Rain?
Like, the Paul brothers to like a boxing match or something. That'd be fucking hilarious. Anyway,
God. All right, so. This one's a bit of a big one, but I had to address this because I'm the Resident Evil fan that I am. So there is a huge rumor on Resident Evil 9.
Ooh.
And we're just going to run through it because it's a freaking lot. Now, again, rumor only.
Rumor.
So characters, Jill and Leon are the leads. Never done that before. That's brand freaking new. It was kind of in Death Island for a little bit, but Chris and Barry are supporting. Again, not since Resident Evil 1 have those two been in the same freaking game together. Other than if you don't count Mercenaries. Jill dresses like tactical, like the RE5 DLC, which I'm pretty happy with. Lost in Nightmares. Leon dresses like RE Damnation. Pretty basic streetwear look.
Okay.
Jill looks like Ari Death Island, which is just
Yes.
Please. Their version of Jill, which is the best it looks. Leon looks much older, which they're accepting that these people age.
Yeah.
Except not Jill, because she got affected by the T virus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Which, if you're going with this new continuity, the only person who has not been injected with a virus whatsoever because of what happened now is Claire, and that's it.
Claire. Mm-hmm.
She's the only one. All right, story. Set 4 years after Resident Evil Village.
Like that.
Jill is from the BSAA. Leon is from the DSO. They investigate an island where the company who created Evelyn is based.
Ooh.
The company is creating mass clones of Evelyn with the Megamycete, which was the big overgrowth thing from 8.
Yes.
Chris and Barry will support Jill and Leon via radio calls. Rosemary Winters will be mentioned. Rosemary's blood is used to create a vaccine for the island residents. Jill and Leon will be infected with the Megamycete because why not?
Why the hell not, right?
Blue Umbrella returns, which has not been there since RE7. Resident Evil 7 will conclude RE7 and Village's Megamycete storyline, which, okay, if you're going to do it,
So
that's a
they've
good way to do
essentially
it.
made a new trilogy with the Megamycete as the central device.
Essentially, I thought it was kind of done with the DLC.
Shadows of Rose. Yeah.
Shadows of
that's kinda
Rose,
what
but
I
I guess,
thought.
again, this is all rumors. This is just a big thing that popped up. Location set on an island, abandoned hospital, cave, abandoned houses, dark forest, abandoned factory. Everyone, hold your jaws. Laboratory, temple.
Also abandoned factory. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all.
Enemies evolve zombies like the Ganados in RE4, and they can use melee weapons. Enemies worship the moon and have moon tattoos on their arms.
Interesting.
They also sing to the moon while looking out to the sea. Stalker enemies return. Leon will be stalked by a consistent enemy, so he'll have his own nemesis. Jill will be getting attacked by the Goat Man.
The Goat Man. Is he the goat?
I don't know. That is a
Is he
good
the
question.
greatest of all time? Is it Dusty
know.
Rhodes?
It might be. He might be a son of a plumber. Main villain is called Mr. Simon. Because, development playtests were conducted in April and September. Jill's abandoned hospital section was playtested in April. Leon's section in the forest was playtested in September. And that's all I got. I don't know if anyone other than Kiona really has a lot of experience with Resident Evil games, but if 10% of that is true, I'm happy.
That's a very detailed, there's a lot of little things that sound pretty likely.
Yeah.
And it does make sense that they would want to make 7, 8, 9 sort of its own trilogy.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if Rose would, Rosemary Winters, if she would play like more of a role, like if she's going to be like sort of a twist in the plot or something,
Apparently she's just mentioned and that's it.
Okay.
And she's the one that made a vaccine for the island goers with her blood.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Jill and Leon are the main characters. That would be cool because I think we need some of those legacy characters to come back in there that aren't Chris, that aren't the boulder punching guy.
Yes. And Leon's had enough. I'm happy. It's cool to have Leon back, but dear Jesus, I'm happy if it's true that Jill's getting another mainline game.
Yeah. Jill definitely needs to be there, and I hope it's
not
Mickey
mind
Tompkins
control
doing the voice. So
absolutely, she's amazing.
Yeah, did a great job.
All right, that was the only gaming news that we have. The rest of it is all movies.
Pretty quiet, to be honest.
It has been. The Game Awards are getting close, so I think a lot of shit's gonna. I think this Game Awards is gonna be big.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be interesting with how the industry is, but there's still going to be games. Like I do expect it's going to be a little bit more exciting versus last year, which was kind of like literally nothing.
Yeah,
they had stuff, but I have a feeling with the backlash to the hey, hurry up when you're talking about a member of your team that died during the making of your game, I'm like, they're gonna try to make up for that because that was not received well.
No, it wasn't at all.
All right, so first news, which I literally just saw, apparently Godzilla Minus One director Takashi Yamazaki indicates that he has met with Kevin Feige.
Ooh.
I'll be honest,
Interesting.
that it doesn't surprise me because everyone meets with Feige. But
Gotta meet with Kevin.
I don't know.
Feige-nator.
As great as that sounds, to have that director like flirting with the MCU, I think we're gonna get his next Godzilla movie before any
I wouldn't doubt
Hollywood
that.
picture.
He's going to be, if he got anything, it's going to be, and this is the question I'm going to ask after, my answer is going to be, he's going to be tapped for whatever their next Halloween thing is.
Yes.
I can see that.
I was going to ask you guys what you would want him to direct if you did anything.
All I'm like is just don't let him do like, I mean, he said he wants to do a Star Wars. I'm like, but I kind of don't want that to happen unless it's like Rogue One level of like greatness.
Someone else loves Rogue One. Thank you. I love that movie. Love that movie so much.
Because it has actual stakes. I mean, imagine that.
And it starts and it ends. But I just thought that like just the idea of those two together in a room is like really good. And plus, a guy who knows how to, control a budget making a movie sounds kind of nice. Because they made Godzilla Minus One on $5. You are correct, Heisers. You are correct. I will die on that hill. I think it's the best thing they've done in Star Wars, period. Since Disney took it over.
I won't disagree with that.
I mean, certainly, and this is going to be like the hottest of like Mustafar takes, but probably the second best Star Wars thing this century, other than like Revenge of the Sith.
Give or take, I've not seen like the last 4 Disney Plus Star Wars shows, so I cannot comment.
I mean, they're fun. I'm just talking more like with the movies, because like the shows like are just kind of their own thing in their own category with like the animated Star Wars stuff, which existed like before Disney. So, I mean, it's canon, it counts, but also if we're thinking
if we're saying the best thing Star Wars, period, I'm including that. Because some of the best things the MCU has done has been in their TV shows at times.
Loki season 2, for example.
Loki season 1. But shit, what else would I put up there? I genuinely did enjoy The Force Awakens. Was it great? But I genuinely did enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a good fun popcorn movie. I mean, going back to Yamazaki, I just thought about it something interesting. He also directed the animated Lupin third. What if he did an animated Disney movie?
I wouldn't be against that.
Ooh, I have some ideas.
Wouldn't be against that.
Like not even like an adaptation or anything. Just like something more in the line of like Treasure Planet or Atlantis: The Lost Empire, but with his sensibilities.
I just want Disney just for once to not have executive meddling and just make, I don't want to say boys movie because I kind of feel like that's sexist, but a more action-packed movie, like actually do it for real. Because I actually, years ago, I talked to Joe Hadar for like a Zoom thing. He's the one who originally pitched Hercules, and it was supposed to be almost like a Spider-Man like action thing, and then it became a musical. So like there are people there for decades that have wanted like a Disney action film to happen. And other than, I guess, if you kind of squint really hard, Baby Tarzan, it just like hasn't.
It definitely has some of the most effed up moments in the Disney movie that require action in it. Man. Yeah. They kind of just went a whole thing where they were just like violence a little bit, musical a lot. Tarzan 1.5?
Oh. I know what you are. You're a Tarzan.
Oh God! Why did George Carlin do that?
I don't even know what that is, and I think I'm glad that I don't.
Tarzan 2, Tarzan's 2, the instant classic.
No, this is like the other day or like last year where I went 32 years of my life without knowing there was a Mulan sequel and wished I could have gone not knowing.
The Mulan sequel, honestly, actually isn't that bad outside of that's totally like not Eddie Murphy. It's definitely, honestly, the 2000 ones are like the mid 2000 ones aren't like terrible. Like I do have a soft spot for the Mickey Three Musketeers.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that one.
I'd say Cinderella 3 is kind of like unironically good.
It's all the back the fucking truck up. Did you just say Cinderella 3?
Oh yeah, so it's a twist of time. So let me just explain it. So basically, this not fairy godmother, the evil stepmother gets the magic wand and basically creates like a parallel universe, and Cinderella basically has to refix the time stream to get things back to how they should be.
Brock.exe has crashed.
I can see like the light leave his eyes.
I didn't know there was a second one! How is there a third? And why is there time travel? What are we doing?
And there's action scenes. Like, unironically, it kind of slaps.
What are we doing?
Bright Fox and
no, Zach, no. No,
let's
absolutely
start a band.
What? Okay, you're fucking with me.
No.
You are fucking with me.
So Todd and Copper start a band. Oh, and Rita's in it.
What other story is there? There's nothing. It was just them.
They joined a band with, Reba McEntire dog.
I don't know if you're fucking with me or not.
Not.
What is there? Is there a Watershed Down sequel that I somehow don't fucking know about? Like, what are we? What is this? Or 101 Dalmatians fucking... Yo, why?
You know what? We're going to have to show you some of these. Because honestly, like, 101 Dalmatians has, like, nice, like, moments. Like, I mean, they're not good, but they're not, like, the worst.
Like, we're going to have to show you some of these. They're not good, but
yeah, no, but a couple of them are. Like, honestly, like, Cinderella 3 is actually, like, good. And did the subversion thing before it was popular, and I will die on that hill.
I did. Why? Heisers and Umbreon, I don't know if you're fucking with me anymore. And I don't want to Google it to figure out if it's real or not.
Come on, just do it on stream. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm not. No. My childhood is unraveling at the seams, and we are fucking moving on. This is so... God, Disney, what was wrong with you? Oh.
Blame Michael Eisner.
Although, ironically, it kind of kept most 2D animators like employed for like well over a decade, and John Lasseter's an asshole for like shutting that down and leaving people unemployed. But Patrick Stewart's in Bambi too. He's Bambi's dad.
What? I was gonna say, what does he voice? The gun that shot his mom? Like, what are we? I hate it. I hate all of this. I have been 33 years of my life without... Damn it. How do I retroactively hate movies I haven't seen? Why...
Ursula's crazy sister.
Umbreon, in no world will I believe that's true. No.
The main villain is Ursula's crazy sister.
Bambi's mom dies again. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, they were scrapped? I can't imagine why they might be. We're moving on. Okay, anyway, Matt Reeves says future the Batman spinoff characters will be more character-driven like the Penguin. Oz's story is Oz's story, and the idea is to do these other stories that same way. I really like that you can just make a story that doesn't have a damn thing to do with the Batman, but has Batman characters in it.
Yeah. You still haven't seen the Penguin yet, have you?
I have not yet, no.
It's really good. It's like,
I've heard it's very good.
I saw the first episode and I thought it was very good. Yeah,
I'm behind an episode. The finale is this coming Sunday, so I will. By the time we do the next podcast, I will be fully caught up. But yeah, this
Heiser, shut the hell up.
Ignoring Matt.
Shut up, Heisers.
I really like what Matt Reeves is saying about this, because this is how he wants to flesh out his Gotham, by creating like really in-depth looks at all of these major characters. Now, I don't know like what specifically the next spinoff is going to be. It could be Selena Kyle. It could be just Commissioner Gordon. They could, if they wanted to, just do a full. I know they tried to do this and it got canceled, but they could revive the idea of like a Gotham Central.
that's what I thought they were working on.
They were for a while, and something happened. Are they still working on that Arkham Asylum thing?
I don't think so. I think that's been that's been absorbed into.
Been good.
I think the ideas from that have been absorbed into an episode of The Penguin where they, I don't want to say too much, but it's one of the best episodes of the series.
But either way, I like the idea of like in between the Batman movies, you can just have a thing that happens and it happens. And then you don't have to have Batman for half an hour in a movie go, this time on the Penguin has begun claimed it for his universe. Yeah, I don't believe that. But it's nice. Like this is showing Sony what you should do with characters. They're making fleshed out things with just Batman villains.
Hell, this series is the better version of what Tom Phillips wanted to do with the Joker.
Well, what he wanted to do later. He should have just stopped. He should. He should.
You know, it's the better the Joker just fades from the public consciousness, the better.
I'm sure by the end of this year, nobody will give a shit about that movie.
I will still like the Joker, and I will still say that was a great movie. I will never not say that sequel was not just a fucking mess.
The hottest of messes, even.
It's up there. Jack Schaefer says Doctor Strange is going to appear in the post-credit scenes of WandaVision. It is Wanda sitting on the porch of that cabin. She's rocking peacefully, and you know how Strange can do those circles around someone and make them go somewhere. The circle starts around her. She's like going to be teleported somewhere, and she stops, so Strange shows up in person. I just loved that so much. I don't like this idea, and I like kind of what they did. I like better what they did.
Yeah, I think I prefer the mystery of the ending there with just her and the Darkhold, and you see her being corrupted by it.
Umbreon, the start.
I didn't think it was awful.
Watch our reviews of those episodes, and I rewrote that whole show basically at the end. I won't say I hated it, but that show could have been an 11 out of 10 if they only focused it on Agatha and Wiccan.
Yeah.
And I went into I went off on one at the end of one of those reviews. But yeah, the thing that I want to get an opinion. I want to get an opinion here. People didn't like that Wanda turned evil in the Doctor Strange movie. And Kiona, you just mentioned it. Did everyone on the planet forget that she was corrupted by an ancient evil textbook?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did everyone also forget that in the comics originally that Wanda and Quicksilver were villains?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean,
I
technically
get
for
that.
they were villains for 5 minutes, also in Age of Ultron. So
Like I get like them being villains in the comics, I get, but it's like they were mad that a person who was a hero switched to a villain with no purpose, and then all of them will say that there's no reason, and then I'm like, did you forget that she looked like she was tweaking the fuck out in a cabin all alone, wishing she had her kids with the Darkhold?
She was. Plus, I mean, WandaVision kind of trauma. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
she went through a lot of shit.
I mean, the conclusion was that she snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she snapped. I mean, I'm 2 seconds away from snapping myself, so I get it.
Yeah, and that blows my mind when everyone's like, well, she was completely adjusted. Why she turned evil? I'm like, you haven't been watching the character in any of the properties. Like, what are you talking about? I just heard that, brought that up and thought it was interesting. A little less interesting, and God, I don't know what they mean by this, because this gives me nightmares of the Minecraft movie. 3 live-action Lego movies are in the works at Universal. First of all, what the fuck do we think live-action Lego is?
I've seen a picture that our friend
is it the fleshy one?
Yep. Yeah, I think it was Gwen that posted that on her Twitter, and all my response was, no, it's fine. I wasn't gonna sleep tonight anyway.
Yeah. That's what I was just about to say. I'm not sleeping at night at all right now.
This sleep paralysis demon. What a thoughtful thought.
But anyway, Jake Kasdan will direct a film based on a script from Andrew Mogul and Gerard Paul. Patty Jenkins will direct a film based on a script from herself and Jeff Johns. That's the most DC sounding thing on the planet, but somehow it won't be. And then Joe Cornish is writing and directing his own film. No subjects about any of them. That just is the crew that is making them.
Out of all of those options, the one I'm the most interested in is the one that Joe Cornish is directing.
I would say Roger Rabbit is the gold standard. And Space Jam. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, and the sad thing is,
in my opinion,
I don't think there'll ever be another film like Roger Rabbit. I just don't.
No, definitely not.
The only one that came closest, and even in hindsight, I think this movie has aged not great. The Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, but that still doesn't hold a candle to
Umbreon. You need to change that and see Roger Rabbit. But
dude, what the shit? It's literally one of Zemeckis' best movies.
The thing that I'm picturing here, which I don't get what live action Lego is, and it's making me think of the Minecraft trailer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how else you do that. You had live action in a Lego movie already.
Yeah, you did.
Exactly.
Right. And here's the thing, even if it's live action, it's going to be live action in the way that the live action Lion Kings have been live action.
That's the other option. I don't know if they're going to try some amalgam weird ass shit where humans are humans, but they have joints like Lego people.
Like Lego like they all look like Lego.
I don't know.
People.
Well, now the more I think about it, the more horrific the sounds, and I kind of want to see it now. Just for, I got a morbid curiosity.
Yeah, and like supposedly, this is again this was a rumor about one of the subjects. People think that it's going to be one of them's going to be a live action Lego Ninjago movie, so they're going to look like ninjas.
Manny, we don't talk about that.
Can we? I forgot that movie fucking existed.
I still have never seen it.
I haven't ever seen clips of it because thankfully everyone forgot it because it came out like the same year as the Del Toro one. So,
Jesus. Yeah, we don't need to remember that.
Yeah, we definitely don't.
Like when we hit a gold mine and it's been diminishing. Yeah, because
Agreed.
I think it hasn't made as much, but there's still some of them are still good.
I think the Lego Movie sequel is like seriously slept on.
Yeah, and Lego Batman is amazing in my opinion.
That was good. That was good.
Lego Ninjago was
Lego movie
okay. I liked it more than most people. But
because the thing is with Lego Ninjago, and this is why it bombed. And like, there's a TV show that I guess at that point was running for like 6 seasons. Didn't have any of the voice actors, not connected to all. So I'm like, why would you pay to see this when it's free on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, fair point.
I don't know. All right. Anyway, so we got a few AI things to go through. God forbid another week and we have more dumb AI stories. Adobe is now openly antagonizing anti-AI artists, with the company's execs claiming you have no chance to succeed without embracing AI.
So on brand. I hate that I have to use them. I really do.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the tweet where I got that from was a person then posting a link to free Adobe software.
Perfect. 10 out of 10.
He was like, by the way, I accidentally dropped this link here. It's like, nice.
That is well done.
That was fantastic.
The Adobe piece.
All right, now on to our so exclusive, a new AI-powered platform called WScripted Plus has launched, and its founders claim it will provide the industry with fresh ways to submit and review scripts. This ethical AI will boost specifically female and underrepresented writers.
Bull fucking shit.
My sentiments exactly.
I mean, hey, you complain that everything feels like AI now? Well, guess what? You're gonna get more of it. Fuck you, piggy. Eat it all up.
I'm just like, how does this AI specifically boost female and underrepresented writers?
The algorithm.
Well, no, I get that. But do you know that the person dropping it in what their skin color is?
It'll be just like, because I mentioned a little thing. Black, lesbian, age 32, tall. You know, like the most basic, like, bitch, like, descriptions. And it'll feel like a checklist, like literally everything that you, like, shouldn't do.
The person who wrote that should eat more fiber.
That is what I was laughing at.
That's funny. That's hilarious. This is a look for AI. It's in the mall. Yeah, no, I hear you. It's just like when it goes, it's like, hey, this is an AI to help the downtrodden. So it's an A. You're calling those people. How racism and underprivilege keeps getting more worse because we keep propping it up as the biggest thing in the world, and we never treat people like normal. The closer we get to treating everyone like normal and stop mentioning this crap and actually treat everyone like an equal, is the closer we're going to get to it. And then B, by saying that, you're saying that you need to make an AI that specifically is good enough to help women and underrepresented users make good enough stuff that other people are going to like it. So you're shitting on those people in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the sooner we fucking boot tech bros out of Hollywood, the better, because it's not going to get better. I mean, it's going to be worse. And everyone will be like, wait, how could this bomb? The algorithm said this is what, you know, everyone likes. I don't understand.
Nope, get him out of here. Get.
I don't know. Looking at that description, they were like, hey guys, ours is good because we don't help the white people. That's what that screams. Like, hey, guess what? I met some really bad white writers. I'm one of them.
You know what would be good? Actually having people, biopic people of color and women in executive positions and in the writers' rooms. Like, imagine that. Like, that's crazy, right, guys?
Like,
no, that takes effort. That takes effort and
that
money.
takes effort. And like, we haven't come up yet, and I could be 100% wrong on this. Do we have something where it is like just an industry standard website that is full of people that have editing credits?
This stream is so unserious. I love it.
Now, where it is just a renowned set of editors that you can just pick one out and go, hey, can you help me? Is there a website that is specifically meant for that? Or am I correct in thinking there really isn't a bog standard, actual big time website for that? Am I wrong? How do we not have something like that? Why do we need AI? How do we not have an actual website that is just like freelance, specifically story editors? Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not wrong. But that would require paying people, and people just don't want to do that. And a lot of these, like your freelance websites, a lot of them are like predatory, and they have like a commission, like Fiverr and stuff. So it's
now, to be fair, some of them are good. I've used Upworks quite a bit, and they've been pretty good to me. You just have to realize when someone's bullshitting you or not. That is the worst part. You kind of have to read through the dickheadedness of certain things. Look at the AI on my face, but listen to my words.
God damn it.
All right. So we've been fortunately pretty lucky in the last couple of podcasts to not have a major celebrity death. But Quincy Jones has passed away at 91. And I know there's some younger people listening to this. Quincy Jones might be the most powerful or one of the most successful producers in the game ever.
And
Yeah.
also
Like,
the best storyteller.
I'm on his Wikipedia page right now, and the credits on here are like
the dude produced Thriller. Like,
yep.
And not only that, like if you've taken a look at his composer credits for film scores,
Yes.
pretty insane.
Yeah. And
In the Heat of the Night, one of my favorite movies, scored by Quincy Jones.
absolutely. And like, it just never stops. The dude has just did so much.
I mean, dude was a class act.
He was.
Yeah. And like I always love the rumor that never really got confirmed or not, that he was the taxi cab driver in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air intro.
It wouldn't shock me if he was, because he produced that too, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He had a big part doing a lot of that. He helped Will Smith a lot through things in the oh dear God. Why do you gotta send me these things? But he produced Get Rich or Die Trying. He was conductor on that. I did not know that. What the hell? Yeah, he was amazing. It just sucks. It really, really sucks. Give or take, he was 91. The dude lived a life.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. But it's just one of those, and you kind of sit back and think on it. The guy was just awesome. And I haven't gotten any snow yet, Umbreon. I don't know about anybody else, but we almost got snow. I will say that much. All right. Any of you guys have any specific projects you want to bring up, or we kind of just... Because I was mostly just going to talk about Fresh Prince, because he helped a lot in that.
The Color Purple.
Oh, yeah.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, didn't he produce like that main intro in 3.
I mean, I think it's an old song, and then they just took it in it. And then didn't he have like a cameo in the third one? That's like
what I mean. Like that whole opening intro. I think he actually conducted that on top of having a cameo in it. Because he is in that intro. It wouldn't
shock me if that was the case.
Supposed to get multiple inches in the morning. Dang. Oh, not. Yeah. Those.
Wait, where are you all where it's snowing? It's like 80 degrees here.
Yeah, it was like 75 today.
It is 45 where I am. Y'all can shut the hell up. I am in Wisconsin. I am lucky we didn't have snow today. But yeah, those Austin Powers movies, man. We're never getting a trilogy like that ever again.
Sadly, no.
Ever. But it's in the 70s where I am. Heisers, I don't need any more of this 70 talk. Oh, you're in Colorado. That makes sense. All right. So going on to something that I never thought I'd be thankful to the IRS. But the IRS has hired thousands of agents to crack down on social media influencers and business owners for lifestyle audits. Meaning like they only make so much, and then all of a sudden they're going on these giant trips, and they're going on these what do I want to say, blogs about going on these private planes and these big yachts and all that, and how these are undisclosed expenses that are clearly not affecting them. Otherwise they'd be taxed in different ways. And so, yeah, that could be some interesting stories coming forward on top of now what's all going on with Mr. Beast and the amount of money that was spent in videos. You could see some interesting shit coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Is anyone really shocked about that? I mean,
the guy who cured blindness, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Now that he had shitty people working for him, no, I'm not surprised that a giant corporation has shitty people working for them. No, but yeah, it's awfully sudden. And now the guy did do a lot of good things. I will give him that. But it's just insane how fast it happened. And when the stuff wasn't even involving him right away, it was just someone shitty that worked for him. And then it got onto him, and then it just almost instantly. But yeah,
there's going to be some documentaries about that soon, I'm sure.
I wouldn't doubt there's like 4 being worked on already. Okay. I saw this. I could not fucking believe this. Russia fines Google $20 decillion for blocking their content. For those that don't know how much a decillion is, that's a decillion.
So many zeros.
I was just like, what is going on?
To quote Strong Bad, that is not a small number.
That is not a small number.
That is a big number.
Like, more, yeah, I was just about to say this. Google fined 20 decillion, more than the world's wealth, by the Russian court. The fine is a response to a lawsuit by Russian channels blocked on YouTube and is largely symbolic. So Russia is apparently blocking a lot of, or I should say Google is blocking a lot of Russian YouTube channels, and that's what's... Oh, I'm sorry. $2.5 decillion is apparently the new number.
Okay.
In other words...
That's slightly less ridiculous.
I love it. This is great. Okay, so Russia is being fined for an eye-popping 20 undecillion rubles, which is 2.5 decillion, for removing Russian state-run government YouTube channels in the wake of the country's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. In other words, Google faces, and I love how they phrase this, 2.5 trillion bill from the country. It sounds so much more stupid.
Just such an unserious.
Oh, so just YouTube videos. Yeah, it's just YouTube videos. But it's Russian state-running government stuff. So it's Russian government things being ran on YouTube. And they blocked it since the invasion of Ukraine. I thought this was fake. I thought this was some stupid ass parody article until I looked more into it, and good God. Now, another thing that I swear to God was a parody is the Vatican now has an anime mascot.
Nothing says anime like an outdated institution run by a bunch of crusty old guys.
I love when I look this up. The first story under 4041 Media is the Vatican's anime mascot is now an AI porn sensation.
Of course.
How am I not shocked?
It's a child. Keep in mind. So, God damn it. Okay, so the Vatican unveiled its official mascot of the Holy Year 2025, Luce, Italian for light. Mike. No, Mike. I'm saying because we're reviewing the Owl House right now, and the main character's name is Luce. Archbishop Shalia says that the mascot was inspired by the church's desire.
Poor choice of words.
They could have phrased this better. To live even within the pop culture so beloved by our youth.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. And what this looks like. Do you Mike, you're gonna okay, well, Kiona has seen this too. But so no, and I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about a show we've all watched. How did Evangelion put church into anime, and then we get the church putting anime in? How off the kilter?
The circle is complete, and also I hate to admit that that's actually a really good design.
It is.
That doesn't make it better.
No.
That only makes it worse.
And it looks like Ray.
Yep.
Oh God, I'm seeing it now. Like originally I was thinking Coraline, but I'm like, fuck, that is Ray. God damn it.
Ray. And like it's the cute little kid version of Ray that you see later on that tells not Masato. The scientist whose the scientist whose mom's brain gets turned into a computer. Ritsuko. I think it's Ritsuko that tells Ritsuko's mom that she wants to kill her because she sees her flirting with Kendo.
God.
I love how I could just say the scientist whose mom's brain gets turned into a computer, and it's like bottom 20 of the ridiculous shit that happens in Ava. But I've seen some shit this past week, and that one I was just...
That's one of the most surreal photographs I have ever seen in my entire life.
Remember when YouTube was young and boomers tried to put Christian vids on it? I remember when YouTube was young.
I do too. And that makes me feel old.
Does anyone know what the first YouTube video was? Without Googling it.
The zoo, right?
Yeah, it's the guy's trip to the zoo. Which I don't know if it's still up or not.
No, but, it is.
Oh, it is?
At least last I checked, it is. It lives.
Nice. All right. So... this is going to be probably the shortest podcast we have for everyone who's doing this. We were literally recording this on the 5th. So I tried to stay off of Twitter for the most part anyway, and trying to find topics on there in the past 5 days for this podcast, I was ready to bash my head clean up against the wall. So this podcast can be a little shorter than normal. Wait, so the Vatican actually created this character? I thought she was made by some random person. I don't know exactly who created it.
It was a commission by like I think somebody who designed like oh shit, what was the name? Crap, hold on. Let me search.
So it was commissioned by an already like manga artist, or commissioned to a manga artist, I should say.
Hold on, I'm looking it up real quick.
Okay. Blessed be the peacemaker.
Loose was designed by Simone Legno or Lenyo, the creator of the Tokidoki brand.
Oh, okay. Design wise, that makes sense.
So kind of influenced by like that sort of thing, and by like Sanrio kind of design-ish language, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Got it. All right. Everyone just made her Catholic. She's wearing a cross. That is a rosary, sir. But yeah, okay. All right. So anyway, we're just gonna get past that. I had to bring that up because I saw that, and I'm still processing the fact that exists. But okay. Thomas just sent something to our chat, and I have to show it because this shit's funny. Because this shit is funny. I saw one earlier that I also have to share now that I remember it. So I have to show this because this is funny.
Okay.
That's awesome. That is fantastic.
Bucky's.
That is freaking funny. But the other one I have to show, because we spoke about Evangelion earlier, and now keep in mind, this is slightly out of date. We have to show this because it's freaking hilarious. I was going to send this to you earlier, Mike, and I forgot.
Love it.
God.
That is hilarious.
God, I wish that would happen.
I told them, I was like, in lieu of both choices, I prefer this.
Same.
It's just like, take me now, fantasy. That's all I need. Bring on the orange Fanta.
Oh, speaking of which, did you see the thing that I sent to you in chat?
No, I haven't. I saw that. I saw it. I'm not clicking on it, but I saw it.
Click it. No, click it.
No,
click it.
No, we're going through our topics, and I'm not looking at that. You cannot make me. I already saw an anime Vatican mascot. I've seen enough today. Just turn me into a collective fantasy of humanity. Yes, that's what it is. And then I need to see Ray and shit. What's his name? Gray-haired angel.
Oh God, I know what you're talking about.
What's his name? Kaoru is his name.
There we go.
I need to see those two cucking Shinji.
Oh, good God.
If you see what the angle looks like when they're in the air, in space, that's what it looks like. But okay, so Mike, in fairness of knowing that I was not going to have a lot of topics this week, brought in some casting calls, which we haven't done in a while. So the first one is Tom Hanks. Now, everyone keep in mind, a lot of people don't know this because they like to forget about this. He has been in a comic book adaptation.
Yes,
The Road to Perdition is a graphic novel.
Yep.
But...
There's a reason why I brought his name up specifically. So he was on Josh Horowitz's podcast, Happy, Sad, Confused, and had some things to say about the state of the industry and especially the age of superheroes.
Yeah, I saw that. About superhero fatigue, which people are only fatigued when it's bad.
Exactly.
But, man, I wouldn't be against him. I'm trying to think of the right, I could see him as a side character who is at the level of Perry White. Shows up a lot and he's in a serious situation, but he's not a actual hero. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Pocket went into my mind, but I don't know if he quite fits that.
That's who I wanted to play Kent for a while, but that role's already taken.
We haven't seen Uncle Ben yet. We have not seen Tom's Uncle Ben yet.
Ooh, I have one. If he's not already cast, Dan Turpin.
You're gonna have to help me out.
Dan Turpin, I could see that.
So he's
blanking on who that is.
He's a character created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, and he's basically a like a police detective in Metropolis.
Oh, okay.
You just made me think of something.
Oh,
when you said Jack Kirby, Highfather.
Ooh, I like that.
Could be. That could be. Speaking of detectives, man, they need to cast the Question in something.
Yes, seriously.
I don't know what, but I'm telling you, if we're going to give chances to people that are not giant name actors, cast Misha Collins as the Question.
Yes, absolutely.
The dude is built to be that character. He could do awkward, he can do serious, he can do a mix of both. I don't know how you're going to do it, but somehow fit in the version of the Question and Huntress from Justice League Unlimited's relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the best thing that the Huntress has ever been involved in. They had them phone sexting.
Yes.
In the cartoon, and I never caught it until I looked, and it was some of the funniest shit ever. She's just sitting on a steakhouse. So what are you wearing? Orange socks, plaid pants. You know you're really bad at this, right?
Yeah.
They were so good together. That's my favorite version of Huntress they've ever had. They've never done the Huntress better than that, in my opinion.
Hell, even just get Amy Acker to play her live action.
Oh yeah,
God, it was so
Since
good.
she voiced her, just get her to play her.
I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't
be against that.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah, who's gonna play them? That's the real question. Amy Acker would not be a bad one. Man, the girl who played her in Arrow wasn't terrible. Can't think of who the hell it is off the top of my head.
What's her
who
name?
played her in that?
And also, here's a pullback. The person who played Huntress in the Birds of Prey was not bad either.
Oh,
that was Mary Winstead, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the TV show.
Oh God.
Ashley Scott. Scott.
Yes, but Mary Elizabeth Winstead was not bad either, and I would not be against her reprising her role.
Yeah,
they haven't had a bad version of the Huntress yet, in my opinion. So, but yeah, that might be a cast. And next week, I might just pick a character where you have to pick the actor. I might do that the opposite way around. Who else? So we've gotten mostly DCs. Who's someone in Marvel? Because this is one of those Harrison Ford type situations where he fits being Thunderbolt Ross and really wouldn't fit much else. I don't know exactly where to slam that round peg in with him, but he has to fit kind of somewhere. Now,
I have an idea. If we're talking villains,
Mephisto.
yeah. I'm.
God.
What about Bolivar Trask?
I could see that.
I wouldn't be against that. God, now my brain immediately went to Kim in Sinister makeup. I honestly wouldn't be against him playing Mr. Sinister. You want to let him be evil for once? Like legitimately fucking evil?
Sinister would be good. What you said about the makeup though, that's where I'm kind of questioning.
Yeah, Trask is not a bad pull. Could he be Sebastian Shaw?
Possibly.
Or is he not quite charismatic enough for that?
That's
a little bit of a
tough
leap
one
for me.
Yeah. Trask is a pretty good pull.
Or who is his who is like his assistant?
Trask's assistant?
Yeah, I'm thinking of X-Men 97, the one who was in prison that they had to.
Oh, shoot. Gyrick.
There we go.
Yes, Gyrick. That wouldn't be bad. That honestly wouldn't be bad.
What about him as Bastion?
Ooh.
That wouldn't be bad either.
Well, we're doing like Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks as a bad guy. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Jesus
do you
Christ.
guys think that he could be angry enough to be J. Jonah Jameson?
I think so.
We can't do that because they actually got him back. I forgot that they got him back for a second. Never mind.
They did get JK,
Shake did get JK back, which I'm very okay with.
Absolutely.
Man, there was that fan casting that in the Amazing Spider-Man movies that Ice Cube should have been their J. Jonah Jameson, and I fell madly in love with that.
I wanted that so bad.
Oh my god!
I was like, I want to see that right now because I'm picturing the scene where in 22 Jump Street with Jonah Hill.
And Channing Tatum.
And Channing Tatum. And it's peak. It's fit. That is one of my favorite things Channing Tatum's ever done. That comedic timing was off the fucking charts. But, okay. So, you know what? We just answered a question with your next thing. Sasha Cale, Huntress.
Oh, I like that.
I can see that.
But I just imagined a scene where someone goes, MJ fuck the boss's son. That's fucking funny. So Sasha Cale, honest to God, Huntress would be pretty good.
I can see that definitely.
For those that don't know, Sasha Cale was the woman that got shafted after a really good performance as Supergirl, which she apparently signed on for a multi-film deal, which, God, I feel sorry for her, but even if that movie did good, which, God, it wasn't going to.
No.
Let's see.
I loved her in it, and I loved, of course, Michael Keaton in it, and that was the highlight of the movie for me. It should have just been delete.
Who could she be in DC?
I don't think either in Reeves' universe or what James Gunn is doing. I don't think they've cast Renee Montoya yet.
They haven't. I'd be pretty okay with Renee Montoya.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Renee's a good shout. Man. I'm sorry, I'm just remembering her in that Supergirl outfit. Anyway, shit. Who? Renee's a really good shout. Leslie Tompkins.
That's a good one.
Leslie Tompkins.
It'd be the second time that she'd be playing a younger version of that character, which I'm okay with.
Yep. And like Marina back. I always get their names backed up. It's Marina Baccarin, right?
Yeah.
That played her in Gotham.
Marina Baccarin, yeah.
Yeah, Marina Baccarin that played her in Gotham. I always get her confused with the girl that played Talia in The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, Marion Cotillard.
Oh.
Yeah, I get their names flip-flopped, and I'm very bad at it. Shoot. Talia wouldn't be a bad shout.
Honestly, I could see that.
She could be pretty good as Talia.
Or Nissa.
Or yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Zatanna?
Zatanna's not bad.
Lady Shiva.
Lady Shiva could be good. What is Sasha's exact ethnicity? Kind of blanking.
She is Colombian.
She's Colombian. Yeah, I could still see it. You know,
they had
physicality-wise. They had an Irish guy play Raish, so
True.
God.
that man, that's another rant I could go on for a while. How they do not give a shit about race or race swapping as long as they like the role.
Hold on.
Anyone in the Al Ghul family is really
good. I'm sending you a link to all of DC's Hispanic superheroes and villains.
Dear God,
because there's actually quite a few.
Yeah, I should be good as Vibe. No, let's see here. I didn't know about that version of Aqua Girl.
What about Marvel? Have we?
We have not done much for Marvel. No, but you can think about on that while I'm looking at this. Raj, Bane, dear. Yay! Are there two versions of this guy? Shut up.
Wait. Who did you come across?
Shut the fuck up. Mike, you and me were just talking about this guy the other day, and I have to make sure I'm thinking of the right guy. How did I find a third version? Shut up. Okay, so they're spelled differently. That has to be. No, they're not. You know how we were talking about how Sony's just dead in the water as far as their stuff, other than no, I said it the correct way. Nolan said it incorrectly. But you know how you're talking about how the Sony Spider-Man movies that are never gonna happen. Yeah. I mentioned this guy.
Oh.
I didn't know DC also had one.
Of course.
They're the exact same name. They're the exact same name. I did not know that. But Marvel. Shit.
Give me a second while I find a similar article.
Marvel. Man, if they're not gonna bring back Elodie Young, she could be Elektra.
Okay.
That's one.
Yeah, I could see that.
I really wish they would bring her back though, because she was really good in that role.
Yeah, she was really good as Elektra, yeah.
Like the legit only person they need to replace out of all that Netflix stuff was freaking Iron Fist.
Agreed. Holy
Tarantula?
shit, dude.
Tarantula wouldn't be bad.
Arclight.
I forgot about Arclight. The last time I saw Arclight was in that Deadpool video game.
Yeah.
Do you have that? Can you send me that list?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get one good one from Marvel at least. Let's see here. Oh, White Tiger.
Ooh, I like that.
That's not bad. Firebird. That's a good one. Barrel? Oh man, my brain is bringing back core memories with some of these. I didn't know there was a Marvel character named Machete.
Really?
Yeah, there's a male and a female one.
Huh.
I didn't know there was a Shark Girl. Man. There's one on the tip of my tongue, but I'm freaking blanking on it. I'm blanking freaking hard. Shit. What is the one that I'm thinking of?
Hummingbird?
No. Balls, I can't think of it. No. It's not going to come back to me. It just is not. I want to say it was an X-Men character, but I can't think of what the hell it was.
I'm sure you'll remember at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, no, I'm going to remember it about 2 minutes after this podcast is done. Man, is there some lame-os on here. Do any of you know who the dog face welder is?
That is a name.
I told you to stream as Fry Brock. Okay, I have to look this up. Since we're going to all go off the rails here, we're going to show 2 of my favorite superheroes to tell people about of all time. The dog face welder. Dog welder. Sorry, I forgot the part that he welds into people's faces is not part of his name. So let's see here. Share screen. Window. So come on, let me in here. Let me in. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? History with the team was on hiatus. He spent time trapping and killing dogs in alleyways. When the team reformed, he helped fight Mauser's henchmen. The dog welder was vaporized and killed in the Section 8. He has a strong compulsion to weld dogs to people's faces.
What?
Comics are stupid.
Comics are stupid.
How does that even work?
With heat.
But how do you weld physical dogs? Like, how
With
does
heat.
that work?
With heat. But
oh my god.
My personal other favorite, which I'm going to see who knows where I'm going here.
I know exactly where you're going here.
This guy's one of my favorites. I love this guy. Come on, I need an exact. Snowflame gains powers upon snorting cocaine.
Naturally.
I love him to death. Touching Snowflame is sufficient enough to give a person a contact high. Snowflame is a drug-seemed supervillain who fought the New Guardians. I am Snowflame. Every cell of my being burns with white-hot ecstasy. Cocaine is my god, and I am the human instrument of its will.
Jesus.
Comics are stupid. Like, I know I've told the story enough times. Perfect role for Jack Nicholson.
Especially in the 80s.
Or Johnny Depp, good lord. Do we have a person that welds shit to people? We can get that for Amber Heard. The bed shitter. But yeah, this went off the rails a little bit, but I needed a distraction.
No, that was good. I'm glad we ended the podcast on this as opposed to
as opposed to a celebrity death as we normally do. Good lord. Oh,
Oh God.
oh man. So one podcast in the future, and I'm going to try not using my two classic ones. We need to come and bring in as homework our either dumbest that we hated it or dumbest that we loved it comic book storyline. And I don't mean bog standard stupid. I mean stupid.
Stupid with 2 O's.
Yeah, stupid. Like that's gonna be an extra for like a New Year's episode or something like that. We're just going to no topics, just bring in some dumb shit.
I might have to start archiving.
Get ready, because that's probably going to be a one that we go through for sure. But yeah,
I was born ready.
I've got enough with just Spider-Man. And skis, if anyone knows what that storyline leads to. But anyway, so no, we're not done. Actually, I forgot.
Yeah, I was like, wait, there's one more thing on the list. I was like, wait.
So we have a thing that we started kind of recently called social media was a mistake. Now, you're going to think when I mention this, that how does this tie into social media, Brock? This is something that happened in real life. I'm going to tie it in because it happened in real life because of how social media makes people. So, Bree, you want to better explain where this all happened? Because I only know the video. Like, you know where and when this shit happened?
So last Saturday, Jason Kelce, who former player for the Philadelphia Eagles, podcaster, he was with ESPN doing College Game Day in Happy Valley because Penn State and the Lions were going to play. So just to kind of set the stage. So two like heated rivals, usually just top 5, ranked football teams, whatever. And then, so the stage is set. And then I saw part of the context, but from what I gathered, what happened is there is confrontation between some dude bro moron and
Jason was being swarmed by a lot of people in this situation as well on top of this guy.
And he was just like, hey, and just kind of doing his thing, not trying to start shit. And then this moron goes and calls over just to Jason. And then it's even better is that at the end of the video, he called him Travis.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah.
And then long story short, he called Travis a slur, referring to gay people for dating Taylor Swift, which that in itself
that
literally
statement
doesn't
makes
make sense.
And
then Jason, being a human being, punts his phone to the ground, and then apparently this guy, he picked up the phone, was giving it back, and this guy like pushed him. I don't know, like what happened, but it's crazy shit.
So when I say social media was a mistake and I bring this up, you're like, why? This has nothing to do with social media. This has literally everything to do with social media. And we had this exact conversation in our group chat about this podcast. Social media turns people into these people. These people that sit behind their phone all day, saying shit to people, thinking they're on top of the world. And then the second they go in person, they're shocked when they get an immediate response by someone who, keep you in mind, I saw someone's tweet on this, that this guy is lucky that the guy who is the size and the power of Jason Kelce is Jason Kelce. Because someone else could have done to that guy what Jason Kelce did to that guy's phone.
Yep.
Because Jason Kelce may not be playing football anymore, but he could still fold you up like 2-ply toilet paper. Like,
if not his wife can, which I didn't realize she was that tall. She's like huge. 6 feet tall.
She's huge. She don't fuck around. She got it. So yeah, I don't want to bring anything involving politics into this, Umbreon, so I'm not mentioning that. But anyway, so this is a thing that I hate about social media, and it's the term keyboard warrior, and just what do I want to say? Complete absence of the understanding of a consequence. No matter what you do, you think nothing bad's ever going to happen to you because you're talking shit from your house. Now, I'm not advocating that everyone that says a bad thing on the internet gets the holy fuck beat out of them. But, and this is coming from a person
in real life, you have to face consequences.
This is coming from a person who, as a child, was both disciplined and abused. I know the fine difference. You can tell when stuff happens. Now, every now and then, someone who doesn't understand that there's consequences to their actions when hiding behind a phone needs to get decked in the face every now and then. That's how you learn. Do they need to get beaten to the point of death? No. But a straight right every now and then will recalibrate the stupid social media protectiveness your brain has formed around you.
And you know what the other thing is? Look, I don't condone bullying, but we need to go back to stuffing people in lockers.
Yep. There is a fine line between good bullying and bad bullying. People that actually bring the stuff onto themselves and need to get corrected are people that are trying to be bullies, but don't actually know how to be a bully, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because then it turns into this guy thinking, oh, I'm the big tough guy. I'm going to go bully former all-star Super Bowl winner Jason Kelce, call his brother a slur, and he's just going to not do anything.
Like, I don't get why you'd think nothing was going to happen of that after that.
And if this was not Jason Kelce, this dude would have been in the pavement. And you know what? I wouldn't have been completely mad. Now, here's the thing that we're going to bring up. For any story, I can actually bring this up on the podcast. So when I was in 6th grade, I'm not a violent person. You harm my family and I'll kill you, but I'm not a violent person. It takes a lot for me to get to that point, and that is my draw line. Anything that happens with my family, you're a dead man. But when I was in 6th grade, you know, back in the day when everything just thought something was dumb, they said that's gay.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like that. This was like even before that became a thing, and it was still barely ever said. And this kid who I was friends with, I'm friends with him now, but like we didn't get along back in the day, called my sister Jenna gay. And I didn't know what that meant. So I then walked up behind the kid after gym class, put him in a full Nelson and slammed his head up against the wall and did not let go. While the person... Okay, that's a Streamlabs thing. Okay, I thought that was something else. But anyway, and then didn't let go. And my gym teacher came up like screaming, going, Brock, you're not violent. What the hell is going on? And then we both got put in the office. And then it got explained what it was. Because again, I didn't know what it was. And then all of a sudden the principal just goes, you realize he wouldn't have done that to you if you wouldn't have said it, right? And he goes, yeah, well, you realize he wouldn't have done that to you if you wouldn't have said that, right? And he goes, well, yeah. So you're not going to do that again, are you? Goes, well, you're not going to do that again, are you? No. Good. Then the lesson was learned. Didn't kill the kid. Didn't seriously harm him. Showed him that there's an actual consequence for being a dick. The world needs to know that every now and then. I'm not saying we need to go around beating the shit out of everyone that says something stupid, but we've gotten to the point of where now it needs to happen every now and then. Someone needs to get clocked in the face every now and then because the world is way too protective because of social media. They're way too shielded to consequences. And because there's people going around, because again, I'm just going to bring up the Abby from the Last of Us 2 situation, threatening to kill people's newborns because they didn't like a video game character. I'm sorry. I see you. It's on contact. Your ass is in the ground and you're picking your teeth out of the pavement for that statement. I've never met Laura Bailey, but I'm doing that for her. You do not say that shit.
No.
Laura Bailey wouldn't do it. Don't even think her husband would. But I would. That's not okay. And you need to know that that shit is not okay. That is an ass beating worthy of a statement. Sorry. We need to know when is okay and not okay to say things. And that was one of them. But yeah. Moral of the story is, if you're going to say something to someone over social media, say it if you would say it to their face. If not, don't say anything at all. And you're going to learn when you should say things. Sorry, it was a Twitch clip. Yeah, it's Streamlabs is ultra protective over links for certain things because they can do certain stuff on Rayon, so it's a protective thing. But yeah, just wanted to mention that and Jason Kelce apologized for it. I mean, kudos to him. I don't think he needed to.
No,
if I'm being perfectly honest. And you don't need to be apologized for being a dickhead and getting consequences. Now I get it. He's a public figure and is involved in things, but that wasn't bullying in my opinion. So it was a consequence. There's a giant difference. But anyway, had to get that lecture out of there because people are dumb nowadays. God, I know that's a shocker of a statement, but yeah. Unless anyone else has got anything, that's all I got.
Yeah, I think I'm good calling it for the night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, we've been here about like 2 hours.
Yeah, we got what we wanted out of it. All right, Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us here on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You can escape, so do we.
Bree?
Still, while the other site exists, I guess I'm there. Not really posting, but if you're in my DMs, I'll be there. But everywhere else where I actually post it, at crazylemur.bsky.social. Trying to post more on Instagram and yeah.
Kiona?
I've been avoiding social media like the plague this whole entire week, so that's been fun. But you can find me over on the former Twitter at Neoplasmic24, also on Instagram and Threads, Neoplasmic81, also just regular old Neoplasmic on Blue Sky and on Twitch as well.
Yeah, and you can find me everywhere at Organoid0, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. I'm going to try my damnedest to finish Life is Strange Double Exposure before the end of this week, but I've got some con preparations to get through to prep 3 cosplays, so probably not going to get that done. But I will be testing out the Pro when it gets here and starting Horizon and ending Life is Strange for sure next week. And then I'm not sure what in between those. But anyways, until next time, we will see you all later.